Hello again. Hello. Neil Diamond. Yes, it's a real song. This is just drywall screen. I just have it out here so I don't have to dig for it. It's some 220 sandpaper. But see how I'm taking the edges off and the corners? Soften that stuff up. And you know where they came from. This is just whatever to get this gunk off it. It's going to be used. The last I did, you can see the copper shining through so bad from the cheap plated chrome, but not a bad tip. These are the kind of screwdrivers you grab when you don't worry about ruining something. Or you're outside doing real greasy, scummy work, taking something, piece of junk apart, and you just don't want to grab your Husky or Craftsman nice screwdrivers. I mean, I'm sure you know what I mean. You just don't want to use a good tool outside. Look at that. When I'm done, I'll smooth that over. As I said, get rid of all these nasty edges. And that seam, I ain't worrying about it. Get up close. There you go. This will be a Sunday in the shop clip. We're going to paint a screwdriver. I've already done it for a video. See them gouges? I want you to see what it looks like before. See that? So it's been used. It's been well used. It's been used for opening cans of Bondo. Because look, I can see some Bondo and some rust primer. Yeah, it's what it was. There's the evidence. Probably stirring it up too in the can. Ugh. Let's get to work. We'll just bring you back when it's done and then show you how we paint. We might stop in between. We'll show you the paint before the clear coat. We like doing that because the clear coat really brings it out to a shine. Okay, we even use a razor blade to scrape it. Helps get that rough finish off. See that? I cleaned it off with thinner, my new paint thinner. See where it's still wet? That is a cut in there. We're going to paint over it. I'm sure it'll be alright. I spent a lot of time smoothing, and you got that seam. You know, they put them together. See? And that's nasty, because that runs all the way down there. Razor blade chatter. See that lines right? No matter how good you try to scrape with a scraper, that's going to happen. But it'll paint up okay. This is just all scrubbed with whatever. So it's still a nice screwdriver. Okay, let's paint it. We'll be back. We'll show you what it looks like with paint. And then we'll be back again to show you what it looks like with the clear on. This is probably going to take all day to do this. We don't have nothing else to do. It's a nice 74 degrees and it's going to hit about 90 outside. So we're taking advantage of working. Okay, we're going to cut one of these brushes off straight and mention the video because if you put them all together, they come to too much of a point. And see the little straggler ones out there? Here, let's back off. I'll take a before and after picture. We'll be right back after trimming it. Okay, now I think you can see, and you'll know what I mean. See? Flat edge. We're covering wide surfaces like that screwdriver handle. We picked number 4. If you want to know what it looked like before, well, we did show it. But see when it pans out, it's pretty. That's just with a pair of scissors. There you go. We're happy. Number 4 was a lucky one. Number 4 was really close to, let me go over here. Number 4 was close to number 5, which is this one, the top one before the space. So that's what I picked. Alright, back to work. Okay, it's the next day. Here's what I did. That's orange paint with my red. It's called Stoplight Paint. It's a clear red metallic. You paint stoplights and model cars, and I'm almost completely out of it. I'm going to see if I can find it somewhere. And see how it changes that. It's not really brown. What we did was, if we can get our pointer, is get up here close. Let's find it. Right here. See that line right here? That's a brown. this streak like right in here, that's not black. That's a gray, silver, almost black, really dark gray. And I had 3 of those, or whatever. But there's red in here, just plain red enamel. Well, I don't know what I did back. Let me find it. Back off. There. I think I had too much. What happens is you don't let the paint dry all the way, okay? Because some of these lines are wider than what they were. I must have brushed it out to it. Because when you brush that on there, it's going to mix and smear that. So, if you want to do this, don't worry if you got the lines too fat. Or, like here, see how squiggly it is and drippy. And you don't, because wood ain't perfect. But that's the trick is, you need something to go over some kind of clear that's got some tint to it. You can see the sparkles in it, not a whole lot. If you really look, you can see a little bit of metallic. Because you're smearing that paint and you're brushing it out. So you're pulling the paint back. I started from here, worked down. And don't worry if you have to stop. I'm learning to paint, like, say I paint about here and get another brush full. I'll put a bunch of paint, and I'll always go over wet paint with wet paint. Don't just take your brush and try to go over wet paint with a dot, because it'll just streak it. Always go back in your wet paint with wet paint on the brush. I don't know if you know that when you paint a house. To smooth it out. I mean, it's lumpy. But I don't know if I took a picture or not. I just used drywall screen 220 sandpaper. And the outside of these screwdrivers is a real rough finish, icky looking. And I took a razor blade. I sure I took a couple pictures somewhere. I go and I import my card in the computer every day. We'll back off here. Sunday in the shop, we can take our time. I could have made a separate video on this. It's so nice. Kind of beat up. It's going to get used. They're so cheap that you can see the copper shining through them. So it's not going to do no good to really try to shine this up. Let's go clear down the bare metal. You can almost see it. See over to the right how it's showing up different, not silver. Let's go ahead and see if we can polish this down and see if we can make it better. Why not? Let's just go for it. Ain't that nice? And clear coated. I gotta remember, I put 2 coats of clear on here. So it's nice and shiny and smooth. And now you can use it and it's not really going to wear down. So let's see if we can make this look better. Just in case you had an old cheap screwdriver like this with a copper and a chrome wearing off and you want to take it off completely. So here we go. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm amazed it came out that good because I took 220 sandpaper to it. You can see it there. I'm scared to get near there. And it actually took those out. But this is a pretty rough pad right here. That is a really coarse rough pad. Back off. And then one of these rag ones. I don't know the difference between the yellow and the white. I just figured I'd use the yellow for metal. And then my fluffy like mop string. I think I have one more other kind. Let me look in the dish. Maybe I do or maybe I don't. This, the pom-pom. They got like that. Just bear with me. So I got, yeah, and I had yellow one. That's what I got when I ordered them. I'm sure my longtime subscribers, they've seen these wheels. I think I called that a pom-pom. That's just a very coarse abrasive wheel for being what. It really is coarse, like you wouldn't think. And that's just like a cloth, layers of cloth stacked up, see? But I call this one like a mop string. See it over there. It's just what it looks like a mop string. Okay, enough of that. Let's go on with something else. I said you can see the copper through there. I can. I mean, maybe not on camera, but I can tell that copper color showing through that cheapy chrome. You used to get cheapy chrome bumpers back in the old days. There was even scans back in the old days of chrome. When chrome was king, you'd get cheapy junk. Where the chrome was so thin, you'd see the copper through it. I need to learn how to nickel plate. I like nickel plating because it's darker. It's not as flat. I'd say I like the nickel. Have you ever seen anything nickel plated when it's clean? It's a deeper luster. Okay, on to something different. Okay, this is my ping-pong ball screwdriver. That is brown, red, and there's some gray. It's hard to see. I can't even point it out. Let's back off. It's a gray mixed with black. But when you put it on there, see the white brown? It's between that and the red, right there. See it? It's silver metallic mixed with black. Okay, and you mix black with orange, it turns brown. So when you brush it on there, it turns orange. Now this is not going to dry completely. My secret is experiment. I'll dip my brush in thinner, then I'll dip it in my metallic red. I'll take a picture of that bottling wound. That way, it's real thin. So we're going for the same look, similar look as we did on our other screwdriver. Don't belch on camera. Suddenly in the shop, not being unprofessional. Okay, let's get back to work. See, it's not all sunshine and lollipops all the time. I'm done cussing and swearing and screaming and yelling. No, I wasn't. That fell over. This is great for mixing paint on. And look what I just did there because I was mixing on there. Maybe I'll stand it on edge somewhere. I'll get it off there. I'll let it dry and scrape it up with a razor blade. Use some of that quart can of paint brush cleaner and clean it up. It'll probably look nice when I'm done. Remember, that stuff's flammable. Don't be getting carried away in the shop and getting that stuff all over it. Rags like that, I put it inside my paint box. It has a metal lid. Here, I'll show you when that's really nasty. See that? I don't throw that in my wastebasket out here. It goes in my metal box that has a lid on it. You hear me shut the lid? Can't have a fire without oxygen. Alright, we're done being grumpy. I can't. It's just, don't cry. Remember that? Don't cry over spilled milk. Why didn't it spill milk? Oh, I'm just being sarcastic. Psychologists would try to sort that out. That's that hate you have for your mother telling you what to do when you were little. Don't cry over spilled milk. You've heard it. You felt like going off, haven't you? It's not milk. It's beer. Beer is more important. Anyway, no. Let's get back to work. I thought I'd have a little rant in here. Look at that mess. Look. Look what you did. Look what you did. Okay, we're back. We took a picture of the mess before. We took our aggression out in cleaning, see? See that? Instead of being mad and throwing tools and stuff. That's my crosshatch pattern with drywall screen. That's just cleaned off. I got plexiglass. I just like using this. I don't know why. I think it's because it's metal. But it's a crosshatch pattern, sort of. You go corner to corner, then you flip it and go the other way. Like I said, I throw my rags in the metal box so I can get them out to my big trash can. So if it's a fire, it's outside. But yeah, there you go. An episode of Mr. Rogers. What a guy. He got mad at Mr. McFeely because he came and hurried him up. I need to get this lure and hurry up. And it was like something he was game or something he was playing. And he got all upset and mad. He said when he got mad, he just went and played the piano or whatever. But I swear I'll have to think about it. There was one where he was modeling clay or something. And in the comments they go, he's imagined Mr. McFeely's face. No disrespect to anybody, but think about it. Mr. Rogers never got mad. How do you get rid of all of the great? You always afraid he's going to snap someday. He finally snapped. It's not funny. It could happen in real life. Anyway. Don't get mad. That much aggression or whatever you're upset. Put it into muscle work. Look at that. I even razor bladed some of it. See? Some more worthless video. One Sunday in the shop, we can get away with it. See? That's how we can just ramble on and have rants and everything for your comedy enjoyment. But ain't that nice? How much abuse this thing goes through and it still comes back. Okay, we got mad again. This was smearing and messing up, and I went through it and it got like a wide spot in there that was too much brown. I just got mad. I just started thinning out the, that's what you see on the palette. I just started thinning out the red and just started coating it. I just got mad, just kept covering up everything I did. So if you don't like it, scrape it off and redo it. But it's not bad. It's something different. You can still tell it's got striping in it. I won't take a picture that still has clear on it. So look at it now, right? And then we'll have clear on it when I take another picture of it. It's not quite dry. You could touch it. You can lay it on here. But it's really not. And wear gloves when you paint. You would not believe what my gloves look like after cleaning the desk. The table here. I don't know why I like doing that. So you can tell it's striped. Yes, it'll be lumpy. Oh yeah, you can tell where it got too wide to brown. It'll come around and you'll see it all of a sudden. It's like, boom. Ooh, something don't look right there. Remember, wood's not all normal, natural everywhere. And don't worry about the mesh making the bottom. No one's going to see that. I need to see if I can order some of that clear red. I want a whole bunch of different colors that are clear. I said, here's the bottle and there will be a picture of it. I had the amber, I showed it before. I don't know where I'm going to get it at. Anybody knows where I can get it at for a decent price? Not $10. Oh, I was on Amazon, I just shaking my head. $10 for a bottle of paint? You're out of your mind. Well, of course, some of that's little stores that sell stuff, and they can't. But you got to watch that. Amazon runs out of something. I try to buy from Amazon. When Amazon runs out of something, I'll say it. Don't tell anybody I said this. Little stores will buy up and stock up on stuff, and then they double the price. The same as my ratchet tools I had when Amazon run out of Tecton ratchets. Yeah, took a $20 ratchet, took it to $40-some within a year. We're just getting all kinds of aggravation out here. See, I got a sounding board. You have to hear me. Then I'll feel better. See, you'll be upset. God, he was grumpy in that video. Then you got to watch them people. There's a name for it. Somebody tell me what that is. They drain you down, make you feel bad, and then they feel better because they dump all their crap, also garbage on you. You walk away and you feel like a battery. It's like, God, get away from this person. Energy sucker drainers. There's a name for those people. Or it's like, well, I bought you a candy bar the other day, so I expect you to buy me a full dinner. There's a name for those people. It's a mental condition. You got to watch out. You might have a friend that gets that way. They think you're supposed to overhaul their car because they help you change a flat tire one day or something. You got to watch it, people. See how lumpy it is? Okay, we're about done. We're going to come back with one more thing and show you what we worked on, then we're done for this week. Okay, now I have a picture up real quick. See the copper? You've probably seen these hooks. Well, the hook part, it's kind of got a hole and it broke off. It's kind of like your snap swivels, but really cheapy. But it had just enough nub on there, and I wrapped some copper wire. This stuff I cannot tell you the gauge. It's like 1/2 millimeters. There. 1 3/4 millimeters. And see it? And I had to solder it using my map gas torch on, I mean, it was barely lit because the soldering rating ain't hot enough. It's just hot enough, and I shoved enough electrical solder in there, and that has a lot of flux in it. So just electrical solder, which I've had good luck. See it? See it? You can see the wire in there everywhere. Yes, you can. And smooth it out. So that's not going to go anywhere. That's just as strong as when it was, whatever they made this cheap thing. Just little snap hooks. You know, you pull the little lever down and this goes over. I can't do it one-handed. There. Thanks for watching this week. I'll tell you, waste not, want not. I'll use that for something. It was broke. I figured I was bored. Let's see if I can repair that. Because I'm not a jeweler. But it works. See you next time.